to this day, I text-to-speech to the entire Wikipedia article for the Indian subcontinent. Now let's hope that nothing haywire goes on in the background as I sing the entire Wikipedia page to you. Yeah, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Indian subcontinent is a physiographical region in southern Asia, mostly situated on the Indian plate, projecting southwards into the Indian Ocean from the Himalayas. Geographically, it spans the countries of Bangladesh and Bhutan in the British Indian Ocean territory, which is part of the United Kingdom. India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Although the terms Indian subcontinent and South Asia are often used interchangeably to denote the region, the geopolitical term of South Asia frequently includes Afghanistan, which is not considered a part of the subcontinent, while excluding the British Indian Ocean territory, which is geologically associated with the subcontinent. Geologically, haven't we said that enough? The subcontinent originates from insular India, an isolated landmass that rifted from the supercontinent of Gondwana. Oh yeah, during the Cretaceous it merged with the landmass of Eurasia nearly 55 million years ago. Oh yeah, forming the Himalayas, it is one of the most populated regions of the world, holding over 20 to 25% of the global population. Geographically, the peninsular region in southern Asia is located below the third pole, delineated by the Himalayas in the north, the Hindu Kush in the west, and the Indo-Burman ranges in the east. The neighboring geographical regions around the subcontinent include the Tibetan Plateau to the north, the Indo-Chinese Peninsula to the east, the Iranian Plateau to the west, and the Indian Ocean to the south. Apart from maritime Southeast Asia, the Malay Archipelago, the maritime region of the subcontinent, is the only sub-region of Asia that lies partly within the southern hemisphere. The British Indian Ocean territory citation needed 2 of the 26 atolls of the Maldives lie directly in the southern hemisphere. Name. Historically, the region surrounding the southeast of the Indus River was simply referred to as India in historical sources. Even today, historians use this term to denote the entire Indian subcontinent when discussing history up into the era of the British Raj. Oh yeah, the British Raj. However, India evolved to refer to a distinct political entity that eventually became a nation-state. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the term subcontinent signifies a subdivision of a continent which has a distinct geographical, political, or cultural identity, and also a large landmass, somewhat smaller than a continent. It's used to signify the Indian subcontinent as evidence from the early 20th century, when most of the territory was part of the British Empire or allied with them. It was a convenient term to refer to the region comprising both British India and the Princess States. Footnote 14 to 15. Actually, how many footnotes are in this darned thing? 73. Oh darn, okay. The term has been particularly common in the British Empire and its successors, while the term South Asia is the more common usage in the New Europe and North Africa. 1780. According to the historian Subcontinent and Aisha Jalal, the Indian subcontinent has become to be known as South Asia in more recent and neutral parlance. South Asia, a more accurate term that reflects reflects the countries of the region's contemporary political demarcations of replacing the Indian subcontinent. In term most closely linked to the region's colonial heritage as a cover term, the latter is still widely used in topological studies since the partition of India, citizens of Pakistan and Bangladesh often perceive the use of the Indian subcontinent as offensive and suspicious because of the dominant placement of India in the term. As such, it is being increasingly less used in those countries. Note 8. Meanwhile, many Indian analysts prefer to use the term because of the socio-cultural commonalities of the region. The region has been called the Asian subcontinent, the South Asian subcontinent, as well as Asia or Greater India in the classical and pre-modern sense. Rap verse. The sport of cricket is notably popular in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bangladesh. Within a cricket context, these countries are often referred to simply as the subcontinent around the world, e.g. Australia's tour of the subcontinent. The world is also sometimes used as an adjective in this context, e.g. subcontinental conditions. The Indian subcontinent was formerly part of Gondwana, a subcontinent formed during the late Neoproterozoic and early Paleozoic. Paleozoic, yeah, Paleozoic. Gondwana began to break up during the Mesozoic, with insular India separating from Antarctica 132, 120 million years ago. Madagascar around 90 million years ago during the Cretaceous. Insular India subsequently drifted northeastward, colliding with the Eurasian plate nearly 55 million years ago during the Eocene, forming the Indian subcontinent, the zone where the Eurasian and Indian subcontinent plates remain geologically active, prone to major earthquakes. Physiographically, it is a peninsular region in South Asia delineated by the Himalayas in the north, the Hindu Kush in the west, and the Arakanese in the east. It extends southward into the Indian Ocean with the Arabian Sea to the southwest and the Bay of Bengal to the north to the southeast. Most of this region rests on the Indian plate and is isolated from the Bay of Asia by a large mountain barrier. Laccadive Islands, Maldives, and Chagos Archipelago are three series of coral atolls, cays, and furrows on the Indian plate along with the Chagos. Laccadive Ridge, a submarine ridge that was generated by the northern drift of the Indian plate over the Reunion hotspot during the Cretaceous and early Cenozoic times. The Maldives Archipelago rises from a basement of the volcanic basalt outpourings from a depth of about 2,000 meters, forming the central part of the ridge between Laccadives and the Great Chagos Bank. Geography. According to anthropologist Padrap Dutta, the Indian subcontinent occupies the major land mass of South Asia. According to B.N. Mukherjee, the subcontinent is an indivisible geographical entity. According to geographer Dudley Stamp, there is perhaps no mainland part of the world better marked out by nature as a region or a realm by itself than the Indian subcontinent. This natural, physical landmass in South Asia is the dry land portion of the Indian plate, which has been relatively isolated from the rest of Eurasia, the Himalayas, and the Karakoram and Hindu Kush mountains from its northern boundary. In the west, it is bounded by parts of the mountain ranges of Hindu Kush, Bengal, Sulatman Mountains, Gurkhar Mountains, Prahu Range, and Pop Range, among others, with the western fault belt along the border in the western boundary of the Indian plate, where along the eastern Hindu Kush. on the boundary of the Indian subcontinent in the south, southeast, and southwest. Oh yeah. Given the difficulty of passage through the Himalayas, the socio-cultural, religious, and political interactions of the Indian subcontinent has largely been through the valleys of Afghanistan and its northwest, the valleys of Manipur in the east, and its maritime roots. More difficult but historically important interaction has also occurred through passages pioneered by the Tibetans. These routes and interactions have led to the spread of Buddhism out of the subcontinent into other parts of Asia. The Islamic expansion arrived into the subcontinent in two ways: through Afghanistan on land and to the Indian coast through the maritime routes of the Arabian Sea. In terms of modern geopolitical boundaries, the subcontinent constitutes Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, and Pakistan. Besides, by convention, the island territory of Sri Lanka and other nearby island nations of the Indian Ocean, such as Maldives and the British Indian Ocean Territory. Unlike South Asia, sometimes the expression Indian subcontinent may exclude the islands of Maldives and Sri Lanka. According to the Pawan Budar, Araparma, and Manjusha-Hirakan, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan constitute the Indian subcontinent. Budwar, Varma, and Hirakan also maintain that with Afghanistan and Maldives included, the region is referred to South Asia, the periphery of the subcontinent, including Bangladesh, Pakistan, and the island chains of the Maldives. Features large Muslim populations, while the heartland, including most of India, Nepal, and Sri Lanka, are overwhelmingly Hindu or Buddhist. Since most of these countries are located on the Indian plate, a continuous landmass, the borders between countries are often a river or a no man's land. The precise definition of an Indian subcontinent in a geopolitical context is somewhat contested, as there is no globally accepted definition of which countries are part of South Asia or the Indian subcontinent, whether called the Indian subcontinent or South Asia. The definition of the geographical extent of this region varies. Afghanistan, despite often considered as a part of South Asia, is usually not included in the Indian subcontinent. Maldives, an island country consisting of a small archipelago southwest of the peninsula, while largely considered a part of the Indian subcontinent, sometimes is mentioned by sources including the International Monetary Fund as a group of islands away from the Indian subcontinent in a southwestern direction. The population of the Indian subcontinent is about 1.912 billion, which makes it the most populated region in the world. It is socially very mixed, consisting of many language groups and regions and social practices in one region that are vastly different from those in another. We're almost to the end of the page. Oh, but wait, I gotta read you this graph. I hope that you won't laugh at population growth rate, population growth rate. Everybody loves the population growth rate. Oh my god, it's going down at an unprecedented value. We're all gonna die. Bangladesh has 171,466,990 people in 2023. That's 2.15% of the world. Density per kilometer squared is 1301. The population growth rate in 2005 to 2010 was 1.18. From 2010 to 2015 it was 1.16. In 2015 and 2020 it was 1.04. That's going down a lot because we're all gonna die. In Bhutan it was 786,009, the 385% of the world. Yeah. actively. Gotta check behind me. Oh god, I've been doing this for a while. India, 1,438,069,596, 17.5% of the world. Density per kilometer squared is 473.4, with a population growth rate of 1.46, 1.23, and 1.10. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Maldives, 525,994, with 0.00647,173 density per kilometer squared. Yeah, 2.68, 2.76, 1.85. Nepal, 29 million people in 2023, 0.84% of the world, 204.1 density per kilometer squared, 1.05, 1.17, 1.09 population growth rate. Pakistan, 247,504,495 people in 2023, that's 2.98% of the world. Wow. 300.2, 2.05, 2.09, 1.91 population growth rate. Sri Lanka, this is the last one. 22,971,617 people, 0.272%. 347.2, 0.68, 0.50, 0.3 found they're destined for failure. Oh yeah, the Indian subcontinent as a whole is 191275361. Oh yeah, 23.322% of the world. Oh yeah, see also the Arabian Peninsula, Hindustan in the south, and Association for Regional Cooperation, SSR, or wait no, SAARC. Goodbye.